Hey, what's up, guys? I'm back again for another cooking episode, guys. For dinner, I'll be cooking a simple but delicious dish, guys. Tonight, we'll be frying pork chop, guys. So we'll go through the ingredients, and we'll go right away on the process of how I create the mixing powder and all like that, and we'll go on the step of like deep frying this one. So let's do it. All right, yeah, like what I said, that this one is gonna be a quick cooking show, guys, because we're only gonna be creating the coating for the pork chop, and here's gonna be the seasoning. Of course, you guys can see the pork chop here. The pork chop here, guys, like in most of the store, sometimes you're not gonna see like a pork chop like this cut like this. Now, unless you if you go to like a maybe a like a Oriental or like a Filipino store, guys, the pork chop here, they don't they don't include the patty part of the meat or the skin. So if you guys are looking for this one, definitely not at Walmart for sure, because I've been there. I know like some store they carry it, but not at Walmart for sure. So yeah, that's gonna be the pork chop that we'll be frying for tonight. So I'm just gonna wash my hand, and then we'll go right through the seasoning. All right, continuing, guys. For our seasoning, we're gonna be, of course, we're gonna be needing salt. We're gonna be needing ground pepper. We're also gonna be needing garlic powder. I also have onion powder here, guys, and then of course paprika, and then so this one right here, guys. This is what I love to use. Then again, just like the fried chicken that I did, I do have a lot of variation on how I, do the coating for the pork chop or the fried chicken. But this one right here, guys, is just simply a thyme, oregano, and parsley in here. So if you guys cannot find this one, you guys can buy those one individually. But I'm telling you guys, this one, it's definitely like really good when you combine all the seasoning and everything. And of course, we're gonna be needing I got like a flour in here, so we'll start creating the what do you call it, the coating, the powder coating, guys, and then we'll we'll start prepping our meat. All right, to create like the perfect I would say I mean, in my opinion, like the way I do it, to create like the perfect combination of like the ingredients, guys, what I usually measure it is like so this is a cup right here. So what I do is for every cup of flour that I use, guys, I use like a half a tablespoonful of all the seasoning that I'll be mixing in there. So that's how I create like the perfect, you know what I mean, like the taste and balance and all like that. So it doesn't need to be like perfectly like measured, guys. So I'm just gonna kind of like kind of like eyeball it. So that's one right there for me. So I'm gonna be probably using I would say like two cup of this flour with the five or six of the what do you call it, the portion that I had. So that's the flour, guys. I'm gonna be using this one as well to kind of like mix everything right in there. And then like what I said, for the rest of the seasoning, we're just gonna measure what do you call it, like a half a tablespoonful of each. So that's one, that's two, and then we'll go through the I think I only have few left of the onion powder. So this is the onion powder. So that's one. Well, we're gonna end up using the whole thing. There you go. Yeah, looks like I only have enough for this mixture, so that's good. And then of course I will do the ground pepper. Same thing, guys. One, and then two. So that's the ground pepper right there. And then same with the paprika. I think this one is almost empty as well. So we'll do one, and I think that's like a half a tablespoon right there. So I'm just gonna pour the whole thing. There you go. So time for me to to buy more. These are really cheap, guys, at Walmart. I think this one is like what, like a dollar something. This brand, with the other brand, but guys, like with this size right here, you can easily like get charged, I would say like between $3 to $5. But this is a great value one. Every time I see this one, I always buy like a couple of them because, like what I said, they're really cheap and you can, you can use them for a while. And then this salt. That's one. And then two. That's how I do it, guys, if I really want to measure it. But if not, I just like eyeball everything. But since I'm showing you guys my ways on how to cook it, I have to kind of like give you guys like an idea on, like the measurement and all like that. In that way, you guys can easily follow this one. So this is like the combination of thyme, oregano, and parsley, guys. If you guys are wondering what's on this one again, so that's two. And then we're just gonna mix this one. In that way, everything is so like even out when we do when we coat the pork chop later on. So we just want to make sure that this one is all evenly what do you call it, balanced and all like that. So, and the only way, of course, it's to mix it really good. It's like this one right here. And you can tell too when it's like when it's sort of like evenly like kind of like even out. You can tell like the coloring is all like it's like everywhere. It's kind of like a balance of a color in there when you're looking at it. I don't know if you guys can see it, but you can tell that like the color is all like all balanced or even out in this mixture right here. So that should be good, guys. Our powder coat right here. So I'm just gonna set this one on the side. Now we're gonna be prepping the pork chop. So I'll grab them and then we'll go through the step of how I prep those one. All right, I got the pork chop here, guys. Just like the chicken. I don't know if you guys saw my episode on how I did fry those chicken. So one thing that we want to make sure is we need to like dry the meat, guys, with a paper towel or cloth. So that's what I do. I remove the excess like whatever it's in there, like water or like some of the whatever the residue that the meat produce. So we just want to make sure that it's dry on both sides before we start seasoning it. So I want to make sure that it's all dry. This should be good. All right, I'm gonna wash my hand again, guys, and then we'll continue with the process of doing my pork chop. All right, this one should be good, guys. One thing I throughout the years that I've been cooking, like everything, guys, like like deep frying and everything. One thing that I notice is like if I only use this coating right here, like kind of like do the pork chop like kind of like coat them like right away. Sometimes when you deep fry them, sometimes the taste kind of like just dissipate. You know what I mean? Like kind of like disappear. So what I found out is like sometimes when you soak them in that that oil, the flavoring sometimes it kind of like gets in the oil and it just kind of like kind of like wash it away. So what I start doing is like I will also like season the meat itself. You know what I mean? So we're gonna start seasoning this one. In that way, before we apply the powder, the flavor is still there. And even if the oil kind of like wash some of the coating in there, guys, we still have the flavor, the main flavoring on our meat. So just lightly season them, guys. So lightly season this on both sides, of course. So lightly season them, and this is the three core that I do is like the foundation is of course salt, garlic, and ground pepper. That's how I always do my meat, even the fried chicken. So lightly season both of them. And then of course, like what I said, I love the garlicky flavor on my meat. So we're gonna lightly season them as well with the garlic powder. Yeah, this will guarantee you guys that the flavor will be intact when you guys deep fry this meat. So I'm just gonna flip them on the other side. Yeah, the order doesn't really matter, guys. Yeah, the order doesn't matter. You can start with the garlic if you guys want to, or you guys can start whichever you know order this seasoning. So since I already have the garlic on my other hand, so I'm just gonna use the garlic. There you go. That should be good. And then, like I said, we do the pepper. And then lightly put the salt in there as well. All right, and then that should be good. And then we go back to the powder that we created earlier, guys. Now we're gonna coat them now with this powder. So we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna coat them like really nice and even on both sides. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there you go, guys. Look at that. That's beautiful, right? So that's one, and then of course we're gonna do the pork chops. So that's the second one. You guys can put it like in between the meat as well. Yeah, if you guys are wondering if the seasoning that we put first on the meat, if it's gonna go anywhere, I don't think so, guys, because the meat itself, it's still moist. There's still like water in there, so the water will prevent it from like going anywhere. So the only reason why we kind of like patch them with like the paper towel is to remove the excess the excessive water in there that the meat has, or in that way we're not gonna make a whole lot of mess when we start like seasoning them. That's the only purpose of what I showed you guys to pat dry them. All right, looks like we got all of them seasoned really good, guys. So now, yeah, they're ready for deep frying, guys. Our pork chops. So I'm gonna do some cleaning in here, and then I'm gonna heat up the oil and the pan, and then we'll go start the frying process for this pork chop, guys. All right. Yeah, I think our oil is hot enough, guys, to start deep frying this pork chops. So we'll start with, I think we can only fit maybe like 2 in here with this size. So we'll start with 2, and then we're just gonna keep an eye on them, guys. And then of course we're gonna continue with the rest of them in that way, and then we can probably just like hit them up at the air fryer tomorrow, guys. But yeah, so I'm gonna deep fry this one, guys, and then like always, I'm gonna show you guys the you know what I mean, like the end product later on when they're cooked. But for now, guys, I'm not gonna keep you guys there for until they're cooked. So we'll be back. All right, guys, our first batch of pork chop should be good now, guys. So I'm just gonna drain them with this the paper towel here. And then we'll probably chop them all for me and my wife for dinner. So I did like extra crisp on them, guys. That's why they're a little like kind of like dark on the dark side, because I like them like crispy and all like that. So yeah, that's gonna be our dinner, guys, right here with the leftover mung beans from last night. So yeah, right there, guys. Look how beautiful they are. And then of course I'm not gonna waste the oil. I'm gonna set this last 2 for tomorrow lunch. So you just need to be sometimes you need to be proactive, guys. In that way, you're not gonna be stressing out on what to eat or kind of like rushing. Like when you're doing things. So yeah, that's gonna be for tomorrow right there. Alright, guys, that's gonna do another show of cooking episode. Thank you again, guys, and I really appreciate you guys watching all our videos. Hopefully you guys are learning something from me, and that's just like something that I learned through, guys, throughout the years of I've been like doing all this cooking, and what I mean, like and then I just kind of like find out like how to kind of like incorporate like like some of the herbs or something that I just find like like on the aisle every time I do some shopping. But like what I said, guys, that's gonna be the end of another cooking show. Thank you, and I'll see you guys on our next cooking show or the next time we're out and about. But for now, guys, have a good night because it's nighttime here. Ingat kayo lahat, and then we'll see you guys then. Peace out, guys. Thank you so much.